Solo: A Star Wars Story had all the makings of a blockbuster hit by being a beloved franchise and having a compelling backstory for one of its most iconic characters. The film promised high-octane action, the camaraderie of classic characters, and deeper insights into the smuggler's mysterious backstory. Welcome back to another top-line video, and today we'll explore 5 reasons behind Solo's stumble from behind-the-scenes production drama to the challenges of revisiting a fan-favorite character. Solo: A Star Wars Story was initially budgeted as a typical blockbuster, but the film's expenses skyrocketed due to extensive reshoots. After original directors Phil Lord and Christopher Miller were fired due to creative differences with Lucasfilm, Ron Howard was brought in to take over the project. Howard reportedly reshot about 70% of the movie, essentially creating a new film while salvaging what could be used from the original footage. These reshoots added significant costs in terms of both time and resources, ballooning the production budget to an estimated $275 million, which placed enormous pressure on the film to perform exceptionally well at the box office. Unfortunately, Solo grossed $393 million worldwide after accounting for marketing and distribution costs, which left the movie with a loss. Disney expected Solo to follow the trend of other Star Wars movies, which typically gross upward of $1 billion. The combination of excessive spending and underwhelming revenue underscored the financial mismanagement behind the scenes and marked Solo as one of the rare Star Wars entries to fall short of expectations. Critics generally found the film to be a competent, action-packed addition to the Star Wars universe but lacked the magic or ambition of its predecessors. Reviews praised Alden Ehrenreich's effort in stepping into the iconic role of Han Solo, even though some felt he didn't fully capture the charm and charisma of Harrison Ford. The visuals and action sequences were well executed, with Ron Howard delivering a polished product, yet the narrative itself was considered safe and predictable, offering little that felt fresh or essential. On the fan side, reactions were divided, with some enjoying the lighthearted tone and exploration of Han Solo's backstory, appreciating the movie for what it is: a fun, spacefaring heist adventure. Others felt it failed to justify its existence as it answered questions that no one had been asking, such as how Han got his last name or met Chewbacca. For fans already disillusioned after The Last Jedi, Solo came across as another example of Disney's perceived over-commercialization of the Star Wars brand. While not outright disliked by most, the film struggled to generate the kind of enthusiasm and word-of-mouth buzz necessary to overcome its production woes and franchise fatigue. This lukewarm reception left Solo in an awkward middle ground, where it isn't beloved enough to draw large crowds yet not bad enough to attract controversy-driven attention. After Disney acquired Lucasfilm in 2012, they aggressively expanded the Star Wars franchise by releasing one film annually from 2015 to 2019. While this strategy worked initially with the massive success of The Force Awakens, the constant stream of new content eventually overwhelmed audiences. Fans who were used to the rarity of Star Wars films now found themselves inundated with new movies, TV series, and merchandise, which diminished the event-like quality that Star Wars films once had, making each release feel less special. The proximity of Solo to The Last Jedi amplified the fatigue, since it was released just 5 months apart, as it gave fans little time to recover or rebuild excitement, with The Last Jedi's divisive reception leaving parts of the fanbase disillusioned, which reduced their enthusiasm for Solo. Disney's decision to cram Solo into a crowded release calendar instead of giving it a longer promotional runway contributed to the sense of burnout among audiences. Many casual fans and even some die-hard enthusiasts opted to skip the film, signaling that the once insatiable appetite for Star Wars content was starting to wane. While Han Solo is one of the most beloved characters in the Star Wars franchise, many fans felt that his backstory was already sufficiently fleshed out in the original trilogy. The mystery surrounding his past, how he became a smuggler, met Chewbacca and won the Millennium Falcon from Lando Calrissian, was part of the character's charm. For many people, these elements were better left to the imagination, and spelling them out in a standalone movie risked demystifying the character. Fans questioned whether a younger Han Solo played by a different actor could ever live up to the iconic portrayal by Harrison Ford, which contributed to an undercurrent of apathy toward the film. Unlike Rogue One, which explored entirely new characters and events outside the main saga, Solo retreaded familiar territory, leaving many fans feeling that the movie was unnecessary. Combined with other challenges, this lack of enthusiasm dampened audience turnout, which resulted in lower than expected box office numbers. The film hit theaters in May 2018, just 5 months after the release of Star Wars: The Last Jedi in December 2017, leaving little time for fans to recover from or process the divisive reception of The Last Jedi. The heated debates over that film's choices, ranging from the treatment of Luke Skywalker to its subversion of traditional Star Wars tropes, created an environment of franchise fatigue and reduced enthusiasm for another Star Wars installment so soon. Historically, Star Wars films have thrived on December releases, becoming holiday season events that maximize audience anticipation and box office performance. By shifting Solo to a summer release, Disney and Lucasfilm not only broke with this tradition but also placed the film in direct competition with major summer blockbusters like Avengers: Infinity War and Deadpool 2. Both films dominated the box office during Solo's release window, which overshadowed the smaller-scale standalone story. The timing diluted Solo's potential impact, making it feel less like a must-see Star Wars event and more like an afterthought. This miscalculated release strategy significantly hampered the film's ability to draw large crowds and build the kind of cultural moment that has long defined the franchise. If you made it to the end, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel. If you enjoyed this video, then you'll enjoy the top 10 most expensive movies ever made.